When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Let's get Periscope in there. How's everybody doing this fine day? Gary, good morning. How are you? There we go. I think we got Facebook Live finally working. Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Judy, hello, hello. How is everybody? Sherry. Obviously, some people are getting notifications. Good morning. Carmen, hello. How is everybody doing? Did everybody have a late night? I know I did. I was up around 2 o'clock in the morning listening. Hey, Marine Hero, Lynn. Listening to the president give his talk on how everything went. I know, it's fantastic. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, it's a little bit flat today. It was a little bit better yesterday. But when you wash it and you don't do it right. Trump the champ, yep. Hi, awesome news. Oh my gosh, it couldn't even be more awesome news. I'm going to read to you really quickly as you're coming in and sharing and retweeting to invite people in. Hey, Julia. I'm going to read you 2 Thessalonians, just the first chapter. You're elated, yes. Or first paragraph, I should say. Did you cut it? Yes, I cut it over the weekend. It was this way yesterday, Carmen, but I don't think anybody noticed. Hey, Renee. Now, brethren, concerning the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ and our gathering together to him, we ask you not to be soon shaken in mind or troubled, either by spirit or by word or by letter, as if from us, as though the day of Christ had come. Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Hey, Dixie Doodles, good morning. Hallelujah. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for inviting people in. Don't run just because I'm reading the Bible. It's okay. It's okay. I know that scares people. It's a good thing. I noticed you're cutting compliments. Ah, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, they cut off a lot, which was great. I mean, it was down to here. I don't know if you noticed, but they cut off about 2 inches, which absolutely needed it. Oh, you noticed yesterday, Dixie? Okay, cool. All right. So, my gosh, I've never heard so many naysayers. Thank you, Judy. No, so many naysayers in all of my life before the summit yesterday, before President Trump met with Kim Jong-un. Thank you, Alexis. Chris Wallace of Fox News saying that, oh, no, I wasn't liking it long, Carmen. It was getting to be just disgusting. Hey, Catherine. Chris Wallace, oh, well, we got a long way to go. They're just meeting. Nothing's going to happen. Hey, Robin, good morning. We're just getting started. It could take years. It may never happen. Other people saying the same thing. Let's not get our hopes up. We're just now starting to talk to him. So don't get your hopes up that anything is going to happen. I honestly think, looking in hindsight, but had the feeling going in. Hey, Ann, good morning. Tom, good morning. It is a great day in America, absolutely. Showing a dog a new OAN. One America News. Happy day. Hey, Marlene, they insist on looking at issues in old ways. Judy, it was amazing. I really think, hey, Robert, I really think before going into the summit that and obviously they did. They had that agreement in hand already. They knew that they were going to, hey, Noel, pretty much have him sign it because of the fact that, Pompeo had gone over there a couple of times. President Trump makes the trouble of, going to Singapore, it's going to happen. Absolutely. And I think they knew before going in that they had a done deal. Great day for North Korea, people, and the world. Absolutely, Marine Hero. And you would think that the Democrats would be dancing around saying how wonderful this is. I'm not really hearing that. I'm hearing that Joe Scarborough a little bit is saying, kind of have to give him credit. But front page news on things like USA Today, not so much about North Korea. Not so much. And the only thing the Democrats can say is, I think it was a picture day. I know, Robert. The only thing the Dems can say is, well, I think, people now feel a little bit better. They did on the Olympics, not now. Yeah, exactly, Marine. Yeah. We can talk about anything else, but we don't want to talk about North Korea. We don't want to talk about how this president did something that other presidents in the past could not and did not do. What an amazing historical moment, and libs can't admit it. I know, Dixie, it's terrible. New York Post was positive. Good. Finally, somebody, but it's not the New York Times, right, Judy? New York Times, I don't think would be. Hey, Babs, how are you? So, I mean, it's so amazing to watch them, to see them shake hands. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Richie. Before going in and sitting down and talking was amazing. I think that Kim Jong-un, I think he saw stuff that you have to know that if you were him walking away from the summit in Singapore, that you would be saying to yourself, maybe I could have that. Maybe my country could have that. I want that, that type of thing. I know that he went and he looked at the car, the limo that Trump drives around in. He got to look inside that. They were treated to a 9-course meal for lunch. I mean, this guy's head must be swimming at this time. Complete denuclearization. Did you see Fat Boy sweating? Carmen said. I had to search for news about it this morning. What is a remarkable event? Not in my news feed. I know, Dixie. If you were on the left and you were looking at the news today, you wouldn't even necessarily know anything took place. I mean, it's that simple. I think the people in North Korea probably got more information than mainstream media put out this morning about what happened in North Korea. I mean, they wanted it to fail. They wanted it to be the worst disaster ever. They wanted President Trump to walk away with it saying, oh, he's a complete failure as a president. Hey, Cully. Hey, Jerry. Number 144 of this year, 508 days, President Trump in office, great day, absolutely. Trump was putting on the pressure. And, just like a champ, Trump went over to him, shook his hand, put his hand on his shoulder, walked around as if they had known each other forever. I guess they immediately hit it off. And I think, as crazy as Kim has been in the past, I think there is a real hope that this is going to go through. Pompeo is as brilliant as President Trump. Oh, Judy, without Pompeo, if this had been Tillerson, you could forget it. It would not have happened. If this had been anybody else but Pompeo doing this, it wouldn't have happened, I don't think. He just has a way about him of staying calm and cool and just getting things done. He's very intelligent. Hey, Jack, he knows what he's talking about. I found the video on The Guardian, nowhere else. Shaking my head, Dixie said. That's just terrible, Dixie. Absolutely terrible. God answered our prayers. I don't know if you saw that, but I know about an hour before I asked everybody to pray, like when Trump showed Kim his limo. I know, Cully, that was great. Yes, Pompeo is a Christian. Vice President Pence asked, no, he doesn't admire dictatorship there, heart list. He happens to know how to deal with people. And thank God he does, because we do have dictators in this world. And if he can change that and change the way they view things and change the way they treat their people, more power to him. You didn't see anybody else trying to get rid of a dictatorship and free the people in North Korea, right? Or Hillary, can you imagine? No. No, Teresa. That would never have happened with Hillary. Absolutely not. Kim was scared to death being away from home and also talking to Trump, but 45 put him at ease. Yes. And even that the Democrats had to be critical about the fact that he was nice to him. Oh, how can you be nice to him? Was he supposed to go up and get in his face and say, look, you slimy, whatever, so and so? Is that how you're supposed to start off a negotiation? Obviously, the Democrats have never been in a negotiation whatsoever. They don't know how to speak with people. They don't know how to conduct business. And that's why they lose. That's why Hillary isn't president and President Trump is. She didn't know how to handle things. And the whole DNC didn't know how to get her elected. So there you go. But that'll be the spin, just like the troll that said that, because Trump is an example of intelligence. Some may not recognize this because of former administrations. That's right, Alexis. President Trump deals in facts, not feelings. Right, Judy. Robert said Lance Wallno reported that Kim comes from Christian ancestors. Well, that's interesting, Robert. And I think that, Vice President Pence asked everybody, the artist, there you go, asked everybody to pray before Trump went into the summit with Kim. And I was asking, I put that out as well on Twitter. I did pray. I'm sure that everybody else did pray. Dixie says, art of the deal. Absolutely. And I think that, I know that helped. Hey, Reality, how are you? Whenever, you do that and everybody is centered around the one thing and everybody's praying for that to occur, I think it absolutely did make that better. I read also his great-grandfather was Pentecostal. That's pretty amazing, Teresa. Now, if we can just get those roots back into North Korea. I'll tell you one thing, too, that I was astonished by last night, I have to say. Good, thanks, great pictures today. Oh, my gosh, Reality. Yeah, good pictures, except don't try to find them on the liberal websites. You won't find them there. You'll find something about IHOP and how important that is. But the prayer calls last night had thousands on calls. Oh, I would absolutely believe that, Alexis. Again, hey, D. Sorrels, but for God, none of this would have taken place. And that's what I prayed last night, is that God's will would take place. You think about it, God can use anyone for his purpose. And if you have people sitting in North Korea who have been tortured, who have, been imprisoned, who lead a life that no one would want to lead, President Trump has the key to unlock that. I want to publicly thank the Lord Jesus Christ for allowing this and guiding President Trump and company. Absolutely, Judy. Absolutely. Amen. What is God up to, I wonder? Alexis, I think it's maybe freeing those prisoners in North Korea and maybe turning those people to God. It's about profit and control for the left. Yep, the movie trailer style video was a great move. Yeah, absolutely. Reality. But I really do think there's an opportunity to save those people in North Korea. Hey, Teresa, to make them aware of God and can come towards God. Keep praying daily. God is moving. Jerry said, because right now the only God that those people in North Korea have is Kim Jong-un. That's who they see as their God because that's what they're told to see. Hey, Teresa. And they had, basically bow to him every day. Now we move to Iran at Trump's speed. I know. Did you notice, Maureen, how Trump kind of left that open for Iran? Like, hey, if you want to come play at the table, we can talk to you. And I think that's good. And I saw something from Netanyahu the other day to Iran saying, hey, you know what? I want to talk to you, Iran, about water. You need water. We have water. We can give you water. Let's work together. Once they taste freedom, they won't go back. Absolutely. And whereas Melania was big news on MSM, not a historical summit. Yeah, Dixie, she was not able to travel, and that's why she wasn't traveling with him. Also waiting for Russia. Yep. And again, you have the Democrats who don't want President Trump to talk to Russia. And I think President Trump put more sanctions on Russia, too. Hey, Kim, good to see you. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to talk to people. He knows how to negotiate. He knows how to do business. Does Kim have a wife anyway? Yes, he does have a wife, Reality. Yep, he has a wife. And she's pretty. But she also probably likes living. So I don't know if she likes him so much, but she better pretend that she does. But again, I think that this is an opportunity if you could put a foot in and open up those doors. Now, here's what I was going to say a minute ago. that I was really astonished about, and that was Dennis Rodman. When Dennis Rodman came on TV last night talking to Cuomo and had his MAGA hat on and was basically brought to tears. Hey, Daniel, brought to tears about the fact that the meeting was taking place. It was something that he had envisioned years ago. He talked about, Kim kind of being a big kid. You should reality. It's worth watching. And he was saying, I never did this for money. I went over to North Korea. I thought it was like going to a charity event when I went. Hey, Pamela. He said he was very naive. I know reality. It's amazing. Well, who wouldn't well up that had a heart, right? But he said that, he when he went over there, he loved the North Korean people, but he thought he was going to just a charity event, and that's all that it was. And that's how he saw it. And he goes, he was really naive. And he said when he left there that he just remembered the people. I guess he got death threats and everything else for going. He tried to get in contact with Obama, and he said Obama, let's see if I can get his very words. He said Obama wouldn't give me the time of day. Boy, I thought Obama just was, pro doing everything for black people he could and trying to help African Americans. Our BBC here in England are bitter about it. Oh, I'm sure reality. Did he say Obama had him trapped there? I don't remember that, Carmen, but, He says, it almost forgot your scope. Watching summit coverage. Hey, Junior. Now, I'm interested to see what President Trump says to Justin Trudeau when he gets back. Well, he already said, Maureen, last night, that it was going to cost Trudeau a lot of money. Good. I think a treaty should be named for Otto Warmbier. And, Judy, I heard, too, that I think I was reading Hannity's interview with President Trump. And basically they were talking about, no, it was President Trump last night at 2 in the morning when I was listening to it. Now I remember. He was saying that he felt very strongly that but for Otto Warmbier, that, he was a huge part in why that this took place in North Korea. And that he felt that even Kim had been changed by the death of Otto Warmbier, which is hard to believe, but okay, I'll take that. And that made it possible to move forward and make that change. And President Trump had talked to the Warmbiers, who have now become close friends, I guess, of his. Always watch cartoons in the morning. Just watched MSNBC, and it's comical. I know, Junior. If you really want to laugh, that's where you go. They should just be the all cartoon network. But I think it is good. I think they should do something in Otto Warmbier's honor. Name something after him, like you said, maybe the act that's coming, or whatever, something that commemorative for Otto Warmbier. I think would be nice. That was a great gesture acknowledging him. Absolutely, it was, Maureen. I thought that was amazing. Yep, he didn't die in vain, Noel, and that's what President Trump said. Otto did not die in vain. Dixie said she saw that interview with Dennis Rodman. It was very good. 300 more sanctions were on the table for Russia. That's right. I agree he gave his life for the future of the USA, and he didn't even know it, Pamela. He didn't know how instrumental he was. Trump was wonderful and recognized him, Carmen said. Absolutely. Kim has free internet and sees the world news, unlike the North Korean citizens. Yep. President Trump, that was beyond kindness. Absolutely, Pamela, for all those people who talk about Trump being, all the dirty words they can think of and the horrible things they can say about him, they never give him credit for the heart of the man. When a lot of African Americans sometimes come out and talk about how horrible Trump is, other than the fact that they have the lowest unemployment than they've ever had, and due to President Trump, I always bring up the fact about that person, that woman, a homeless woman, African American, who he allowed to live in Trump Towers for free, and she's probably still living there. Oh, he is so selfish from MSNBC mouths. I know, Pamela. They can't say anything nice. Oh, uncensored. That's right, Dixie Doodle. Their internet's uncensored for Kim, but not for the rest of the citizens in North Korea. Good morning, everyone. Just got back from a 4-day camping trip, and just in time to see the entire Trump-Kim summit. And what a summit it was indeed, Monique said. Absolutely, Monique. It was amazing. It looks like Facebook has closed me down there. Hey, Megan. It's a great morning, a great, great morning for the world. Not only just for the United States and North Korea, but for the world. And it's pretty amazing too. I don't know if you heard President Trump also said, you got to give Trump credit. I know, Junior. I mean, if you don't, then you're just living under a rock. Thank you, Megan. Thanks for the super hearts. I just like how the fact too that President Trump said, we're not going to do any more, the war games or whatever you want to call them at South Korea that they do. When they have that, when they do the training or whatever you want to call it, because we're not going to do that anymore. He said there's about 32,000 troops in South Korea. Hey, Spencer. Yes, I'm proud of Trump, Dixie said. Absolutely. His demeanor was great at the presser afterwards. It was. Trump for Nobel Peace Prize. Carmen, if he doesn't get it, then it shouldn't exist. I mean, come on, get real. But there's 32,000 troops in South Korea, and President Trump said his goal is to bring those troops home. I wonder what Barry Obama's statement will put out. If I was him, I would be embarrassed. Junior, but he won't be embarrassed. You have to have sense to be embarrassed, which was brilliant because they were done with the war games. Yep, or I fell asleep after last night, as he said. Yeah, I think bringing 32,000 people back from North Korea would be great. North Korea this morning said we really need to figure out more of what he meant by that. That would be, South Korea doesn't want them, of course, to leave right away. They want to make sure that the denuclearization has actually occurred. My liberal is mad at Trump. Of course, Jesse. I'm so glad Larry is okay. Yes, as everybody may have heard, Larry Kudlow had a mild heart attack last night right before Trump went in and spoke with Kim. He's in the Walter Reed Hospital. It appears that everything will be fine. I can't imagine the type of pressure the man is under. He's 70 years old, and he has a lot of pressure. You probably saw him the other day in the press conference. They, of course, weren't letting up on him as well. But it happens, and President Trump tweeted about it. Why are liberals mad? Because something good happened, Chezzy. He didn't look good after the G7, Pamela said. But I thought he was tired. Are you talking about Kudlow? Or are you talking about the president? Who are you talking about, Pamela? Trump is just cleaning up what Clinton and Obama left behind. Or what Clinton and Obama caused, Spencer. Left behind because they caused it. Okay, everybody block this person with that disgusting name. It was an awesome night, just tired. Chezzy said, yeah, it was a very awesome night. And President Trump, somebody mentioned something about him on social media. Oh, Larry was looking tired. Yeah. And somebody mentioned that about President Trump. Somebody from another country said, oh, he looked tired. And I said, nah, he's not tired. I mean, the man is 71 and he can run circles around everyone. I don't care what age you are. He can outdo you. I mean, he's proven that so far. So he's just doing what he normally does. Kim is also going to send back remains of family members. Yes, there are about 6,000 remains that are going to be sent back from North Korea, remains of Americans that are in North Korea and other countries, I would assume, as well. And he's going to be sending them back. That is a great gesture because these people, obviously, their family members wanted them back. Obama and pervert Bill Clinton weakened this country. Trump just reversed that. Yep, absolutely. In every way possible, Junior. I've seen that nasty person before in vaping groups. Yeah, Chessie, that nasty person, I think is the same guy that used to come in and say vile things about children, and now he's saying just vile things in general. He said he hadn't slept in 24 hours. The president hasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, coming back from Singapore, I don't know if he's on his way to Guam or if he's coming back to the United States, because I heard that he wanted to stop by Guam and one other place, and I can't remember where that was, on the way back if he possibly could. And 2 days from now is his birthday. What a celebration he should have. 26 hours correction. Wow. That's what he said. No sleep in 25 hours. Whew. And you know what? He won't get caught up because he's not going to sleep. President said that in the presser. Wow. Oh, Hawaii. That's right. Teresa, he's going to go to Hawaii and Guam if he can. And I don't know if he's going to do that or if he's coming back to the United States and not going by there. I would guess that he's going to go there because Kim left, and so there was no reason to stay on at the summit. All the business had been conducted, so I would think that he has time to swing by there. But what I was going to say a minute ago about Dennis Rodman, I kind of wanted to go back. Let me get this out of here. Go back and say that is that Dennis Rodman, you can tell the heart he has for North Korea. He's in Minnesota next week. Are you going to go see him, Judy? And I think that Dennis Rodman really, really cares about North Korea and about what happens there. And it was sort of overwhelming for him to see all of it and how he was used in the process. He had no idea that he was going to be used by God in that way. And I think that's amazing. And that made my respect for Dennis Rodman just zoom, because I had really no respect for Dennis Rodman. I really didn't. I thought he was just a quirky guy that liked to do crazy things. And turns out, no, he's not like that. Or at least not in this instance, he isn't. I've always liked Dennis. Monique said it was a different side of Dennis Rodman. It was, Dixie. Dennis Rodman tried to do this under Obama. Trump allowed it. Yeah, Obama wouldn't even speak to him, Chizzy. So happy for everyone. President Trump is amazing. Absolutely, Molly. One American News apparently reported POTUS. Gosh, Julia, can you say that again? I have new respect for Rodman, Judy said. Upon arrival, Washington better give Trump a ticket tape parade. Nah, Junior, you know that's not going to happen. You're not even going to see anybody coming out and saying anything. You know, the Democrats right now, especially in Congress, they're going to be worried. Number one, because this makes them look bad, because President Trump has done something that no president has ever done. Number two, McConnell has canceled their ticker tape parade, right? Has canceled their August vacay, so they're not going to get to go out and campaign like they want to. So I think they're pretty worried at this point and exactly what they're going to do. And they should be worried because all they can do is be destructive. If this succeeds, rest in peace, Blue Wave. I hope so, Richie. They said POTUS was considering a medal for Rodman. Wow, Julia. How nice would that be? Just wearing a MAGA hat had to trigger CNN. Oh, you know it, Noel. You know it. Trump just got reelected, Junior said. You know, Julia, I think if he gives a medal to Rodman, then he ought to give a medal posthumously to Otto Warmbier. Hey, Rainbow Trail, how are you? Good to see you. I think that's exactly what he should do. I believe he had a deep love and respect for North Korea, and I believe he's authentic and sincere about his wishes for peace between the U.S. and North Korea, Monique said in regards to Dennis Rodman. I agree with that, Monique, absolutely. Excellent idea, Susan. Yeah, you know what? Maybe, I'm sure they've already thought about it, but, you know, maybe that's something that we could start a petition on. I think he will definitely do that. I do too, Julia. He will do something, no doubt, in Otto Warmbier's honor. You just know it. Wouldn't it be great? Well, nah. I was going to say, wouldn't it be great? The first thing that the Americans did over North Korea was, you know, erect something to Otto Warmbier's memory, but that may not be good. There's a media blackout of the historic peace signing. Really? I don't understand that. What you were just saying, Rainbow, because I mean, I saw the signing, so I don't know. Are they taking it down? Is that what's happening? You mean? At least I've seen it on Fox. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. No problem, Lee. Glad you're here. I turned on TV and caught NBC bashing Trump, saying he says events are bigger than actuality. I know, Rhonda. Can you imagine that? Hope we all are okay. Oh, absolutely, Lee. We're having an amazing time this morning, celebrating the fact that this president got something amazing done. Yes, the videos are not available when you click on them. Pfft. Unbelievable, Rainbow Trail. Maybe go to YouTube and see if you can find it there. By the way, I was a fan of Robbins back in the day when he was playing for the Bulls with Michael Jordan. He was once described as wearing his heart on his sleeve, and it showed last night, Monique said. It absolutely did last night. That I would agree with 100%. And he was crying on video. I mean, that just letting his emotions out. I think that was pretty amazing. We are almost at the halfway point. If you guys would please retweet this, I would really appreciate it if you can retweet it. Austin POTUS, love him. Lee said, "How was Rodman involved?" And he said, "Oh my gosh, Junior, you got to go see a video. He was on CNN wearing a MAGA hat, and he was talking. He broke down in tears, talking about how much he cared about the North Koreans and wanted this to happen, had wanted it for years, and that Obama wouldn't give him the time of day and talk to him about this at all. I mean, it was an amazing interview. That is reason enough to break up social media monopolies, Rhonda said. Absolutely. He realized how historic the event was, Dixie said. Absolutely. You saw that live, Chris? Yeah, I mean, Chris Cuomo, looking at his face, he was probably thinking, "Oh my God, what do I say now?" I mean, what are you going to do? Say it was not true, Dennis, or let's talk about something else? I mean, come on. Did CNN cut him off when he bashed Barry Obama? No, Junior. Surprisingly enough, no, they didn't. I mean, it was. You really need to go see it. The one time I watched CNN, I know, Chris, was the only time would be a good reason to watch CNN. I tell you, it was like everything that happened yesterday. It's like, okay, we are in the end times because all this stuff happened that nobody could ever imagine. The media coverage is very little this morning. Twitter feed is censored. I know, Rainbow. We were talking about that. You're not going to find this. You're going to find the breaking news on the Democrat liberal websites is how IHOP is changing the P to a B because of the burgers. I mean, that's the big news. That's what they think is big news. Chris was, "Oh crap, let's change the subject." I know, Dixie. Dixie Doodles was saying that Chris Cuomo had that look on his face like, "Oh crap, let's change the subject. Let's talk about something else, anything else." Because you could see he did not expect Dennis Rodman to be saying the things that he was saying. I'm sure he didn't expect Dennis Rodman to be there with a MAGA hat on. American exceptionalism is officially alive. That's right. Whoops. Almost got you, Daniel. I was trying to get a troll above you. There we go. I hope God's goodness will bring liberal America to repentance. It could, Daniel, if they were looking to repent, it would. Maybe we all should tweet a video. Exactly, Teresa. Dennis did well, Rhonda said. Absolutely did well. But wouldn't it absolutely be amazing if we continued to open the doors and we continue to free the people in North Korea, and maybe one day those people could, and maybe one day soon, that those people could be brought to Christ. I mean, this, for no other purpose, could be the reason that all of this occurred. I would like to think at least this is the main reason, but I don't know. I think it has to do with freeing the people in North Korea eventually. I don't know if they'll come to Christ, but at least freeing the people. Let's all agree in the name of Jesus Christ. Absolutely. Sorry, my mom called me. I'll have to go back and watch the first half. No problem, Robin. We did talk about a lot of great stuff. Now we need to continue to pray for Kim, that he upholds his end of the deal for his people and world. Absolutely, Noel. I had a feeling by looking at the man, and of course I wasn't there. I've never met him. I don't know. I had a great feeling about what I was seeing. I felt there was genuineness there. I didn't feel that it was that people were anxiety ridden. Hey, Ruthie, that there was any anxiety, any people coming there and lying. I didn't feel that there was deceit going on. Yep, you had a great feeling too, Kim. I mean, it's hard to do when you're looking at it on TV and you're not there. Kim was all smiles, Cully said. Yeah. But it seemed to be legitimate to me. It really did. And I think, too, that Dennis Rodman, having met with Kim a couple of times and spent time with him, he would be one also to know whether or not that Kim was being genuine or if he was playing the president. I didn't feel that he was playing the president. I really felt that Kim is looking at this as a great opportunity for himself. Like, okay, I want to be on the world stage. I want to have this for my country. I want this for myself. And Dennis broke the ice. That's right, Kim. And I think he's looking to get a piece of the pie. Everybody else is going Trump is opening up to people. Trump is making things happen with other countries, and I think that Kim wants in on it. I really do. And freeing Seoul from fear and restriction as well. Dixie said. Rhonda said Dennis may become ambassador. I don't know. I just learned Kim is a major basketball fan. Yep. Daniel said Kim is ready to make history. Absolutely, Len. With friends and family, they're so close in proximity. Yep. Absolutely. Trump was signing early with big smile and triangle hands. It was a really great thing to see. I mean, it really was. And I think that they said, that Kim left there in good spirits, wants to get back, wants to immediately start doing things that he promised. Kim also went to school in Switzerland. And Daniel, who knows? I mean, I'm not so 100% optimistic that I don't think Kim could go sideways here on certain things. No, I didn't think Trump looked nervous yesterday at all. I think Trump looked like he normally does, and that is in control, but also being genuine and nice. I'm excited that the lady got a second chance in life. Love this new huge news with North Korea. Trump owned it. That's right, Ruthie. I pray this will not blow up in our face. I don't think it will, Brandon. Got to go. Love you guys. Okay, Catherine, have a good day. God bless you. I really do think that there's an opportunity here what we've never had before. I think you're going to see some restaurants, maybe McDonald's going over to North Korea. I think they finally might turn the lights on in North Korea so that the people will have lights at night. It'll be gradual, but with the speed of how things are moving, I think we could see this just go as fast as lightning speed. Kim loves technology. He sees that his country can't get ahead on the path he's on. Yeah. And again, it could be because of Kim's education that the other dictators I don't think really had. Maybe he's waking up and thinking, things need to be different. We should reward the people, not the dictator. But Brandon, in this case, you can't reward the people unless you get the dictator to change. It won't happen. That North Korea needs real food, not fake food. Yep. Oh, and here's somebody saying they love President Trump. Thank you. We'll see you later. Trump rocked it. Absolutely. The left would see us in a depression and the Korean Peninsula burning under nuclear fire to push their agenda forward. Spencer said, absolutely. Kim appeared to have respect for President Trump and childlike to me. Absolutely, Teresa. Kim is a lot younger, too. Even Dennis Rodman said that Kim was kind of like a big kid. And I believe that. And that could be, some narcissistic things that he has going on. I don't know. But I do know, as everybody on that mainstream media was criticizing President Trump just about, less than a month ago for talking to Kim the way he did, you can see now he obviously had to do what he did and stand up to him in the way that he knew would work. A child in a man's game. Exactly, Brandon. He has a sister and a wife. It takes good women. There you go, Dixie. Next is Iran, I guess. Yes, Chris. President Trump has already said, basically, hey, you want to play ball? We'll play ball. Kim's had too many vaccinations, Alexis said. Don't think it will blow up either. Not either. Sometimes it's the only language these folks understand. That's right, Lee. Got to know who you're talking to. And then Syria, Chris said, well, maybe. Once Kim sees how much money his country can make with healthy people, it's over. I know, Judy. I've been hearing phrases radical left used to describe the extremists, Rhonda said. Maybe Kim craves discipline. I don't know. Maybe Kim just craves a different way of life, that won't be so harsh on him, even on himself. I mean, it's got to be stressful being a dictator and doing what he does. Maybe he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he's coming around. I don't know. Let's hope so. I mean, let's really hope that that's an opportunity to do that. Exactly. Trump knows how to read people. Yep, he really does. And he indicated, Alexis, that in the first couple of minutes he already knew that he was there for a good reason, that Kim was. Food can make you desperate. Oh, yeah. Yep. Trump calls Kim Rocket Man and people get ticked, but it's okay for them to call him vile names. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was trying to think one of the things that the media asked him last night, and I was thinking to myself, you were never worried about that under Obama, but suddenly you worry about that under President Trump. I mean, they were so negative, still not sold on North Korea, Brandon, and I don't think President Trump is either. I mean, you have to keep your eyes and ears open. Otto Warmbier, yep, President Trump mentioned him. North Korea could be bombed by us by being overly aggressive to the USA. Yes, Ruthie. Um, yeah. So, and also you had Acosta, of course, from CNN. Too many chips in the basket for it to go sour. Yeah. Jim Acosta was sitting there calling out things. Oh, are you going to denuclearize? I mean, the guy's a joke. I don't know when CNN is going to, if they will ever figure out that Jim Acosta is a joke and a troublemaker. But unbelievable that he got to go to North Korea. They should have picked somebody else who wasn't going to make what out of himself. Don't say blow up neighbor's horse barn did Saturday. Oh no. Are the horses okay, Wayne? I hate to ask. Kim is clearly thinking for himself. I'm glad he's entertaining peace. Exactly, Rhonda. Some of these reporters are stupid questions. Yep. Acosta serves a purpose for them. Yes, he does. Nuala, he does. Jim should never be called on in press conferences or go anywhere. We've saved the horses. Good, Wayne. Acosta needs to get out of there on critical assignments like this. Exactly. It's definitely going to be a wait-and-see game, but so far, so good, more than we could hope for. Absolutely, Carmen. A lot more than we could ever hope for. Okay, Chessie. All right, see you later. Thanks. Thanks for coming in. And that's the thing. Nobody ever thought this would ever happen. And again, right up until it went through, people were saying it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen here. This is just going to be, a little meeting, and then, it could take years down the road. Pray for the people of North Korea. Absolutely, Brandon. The people of North Korea need to be freed. What is Kim's religion? I don't know, Dixie. I don't know if he has a religion. Somebody said that he had Christian ancestors, but I don't know. 180 degrees from 44 or Hillary. Yeah. Oh, and on that note, today is George H.W. Bush's 94th birthday. Yeah, his own religion. There you go, Chris. The people in North Korea basically pray to and bow down to and worship Kim Jong-un, Dixie. He is his own religion. He is supposed to be a god. Exactly, Ruthie. Yep, and they bow down to him. His picture is everywhere, and people bow down to him all the time in North Korea. Chessmen playing chess. Yes, this goes sour. CNN will be rooting. Yeah, of course, Brandon. Okay, Google says no religion. Yeah. Possible Kim saw something different in President Trump that he didn't see in the past. Hi, Susan. We'll late. I'll have to watch. Okay, Lori. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, so you'll probably want to hear all that. But no matter what you think, no matter what you think is going to happen, no matter what you think is how it's going to turn out or what's coming down the road, the moment this historical moment is amazing and very positive. Maybe Kim read The Art of the Deal. Brandon, I heard that Dennis Rodman actually gave him The Art of the Deal to read, so he may have. I'm in the wait and see mode on North Korea. Yeah. I'm not sitting here going, oh, everything's going to be great. But I do know, unlike when Obama negotiated with Iran, we are going to verify, we're going to be checks and verifications to make sure that North Korea is going to denuclearize. We're not going to say, oh, okay, well, you police yourself. We'll trust you. Everything's fine. Not going to happen. Yeah, Obama and his red lines. Red lines became really pink really fast, Brandon, and then they disappeared. It is definitely progress. Yes, saved us $150 billion, Chris said. Yeah. It is start, and that is amazing. Yeah, and that's what I say. I think right now we need to focus on what actually took place. Let's see what Barbara said. Trump said once he did not believe in trying to change countries, only do the business at hand. Yep. If I was Obama, I'd be so ashamed of myself right now. Nope. Not if you have an ego like that, Carmen. You're not going to be ashamed of anything that you've ever done. Huge egos. It's always somebody else's fault. Now we need to get food in to the people. Exactly, Brandon. And I hope it's not just McDonald's. People on Twitter are sticking up for the great Iran deal. Of course, Lori. And it's disheartening to see that. Barry Obama is so stupid he doesn't know what shame is. I know, Junior. Obama is too cool for shame. Obama was evil. That's the difference, Robin said. Yeah. And, as we talked about, Obama's out there trying to tell other people how to become president, trying to tell people like Joe Biden the tricks of the trade. Did you see that Joe Biden? I forget where he was, but there was a heckler I think he was giving at one of the graduations and a speech, and a heckler in the audience stood up and said something about him molesting little girls, and we all saw in the press conference how, he had his hands all over the girls and stuff like that. And of course they took that guy out of the audience, but I've never seen anybody stand up and actually speak out and call Joe Biden a pervert. $10 a month. Yeah, Netflix says Obama and Hillary commented on the summit. Not that I've seen, Lori. What's your source? My source is, what's your source? What source are you talking about with Biden? You can look it up. Look up Biden, look up heckler. You'll find it. I still don't get who the hell would pay $150 billion not to get nuked. DOJ raises burdens of proof for asylum seekers. Yes. Hello World, America has elected someone to stand up for us. Absolutely, Dixie. Yeah, on that with the asylum, what Sessions is saying is that being in a gang or domestic violence is not necessarily a reason that you're going to be granted asylum in the United States. Somebody did that to Bill Clinton at his book signing. Yeah, Nuala, exactly. And of course what they do is they usher them out very quickly. So nobody ever sees it. Sessions doing this job. I know, Brandon. Maybe he's afraid that he's finally going to get canned since there are 2 people that have been suggested for his job. There could be no war at 2018. Most of the countries have nukes. Okay. Tell that to the Gaza people in the Gaza Strip. Tell that to people who are fighting in other countries. Laura Loomer did that in book. Yeah, Laura Loomer. Barry Obama would have given North Korea a suitcase of money like he did with Iran. Oh, you know it. Cash on the barrelhead there, Junior. You know. Take this and please don't tell anybody that we've given it to you. Yeah, that's how Obama worked. He wanted to pay everybody off with money. I think they were pretty good about getting paid off with money. They have inferior technology, though, in the other countries. Yeah, they do. But, Brandon, they can cause a lot of damage. Talking about World War III. Well, it's not going to be a World War III in our lifetime. Was kicked out. Why, Lynn? I don't have the moderation on, so that probably, maybe it was your, oh, you were frozen. Powerful people don't care. They will nuke because they will have bunkers to hide and live in. Yeah, and that's the thing. You can do a lot of damage. I want to be here for the rapture. You can do a lot of damage even, oh, you won't be here. Yes, that's correct. You won't be here. Lynn, you have to go out and come back in. What are your views about Gaza? Well, what do you think my views about Gaza are? I know you are not pro-Israeli. I can tell that already. So you want me to say that the people of Gaza, the Palestinians are bad, Israel is good. That's what you want me to say. What I'm saying is the people in Gaza are attacking Israel every time they go there and they lob things into Israel. So is that good enough for you? A boss is a terrorist. There you go. $150 billion for Iran to put towards their nuclear program and missile systems development. That's right. That's what it was, Spencer. That's exactly what occurred. Exactly what occurred. They use the people as human shields. Exactly. They pay people to go down there in the Gaza Strip. They don't care if they're killed because all they want to do is go over and attack Israel. That's their main purpose. They can't live with Israel in peace. They want to kill the Jews. They always have. They always will. It's not going to change. That's just the way it is. Also, one of the things too at the summit, before the summit took place, all the people in the mainstream media, Saudi Arabia should give trillions to Palestine so they can, well, see, I told you were just anti-Israel, didn't I? All the mainstream media were saying, oh, they're not going to talk about human rights. That isn't even going to be on the table. And what happened? They did talk about human rights. It wasn't the main topic, but it was talked about. Israel has Islamic government officials. How many Jews does Palestine have? And there are, Palestinians, if you will, quote unquote, living in Israel and get along with the Israelis. But there are just some people who cannot let it go. Yep, poof, they are gone, Wayne. He had to leave. He had to go back to the Gaza Strip where he came from. You can always tell what somebody's ideology is because they want to say, well, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? And typically when they're saying that, especially the trolls in the scope, they have the opposite opinion. And so they want you to say one thing and then they can go, well, blah, 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 just like he did. But he had to go. We are pro-Israel in here. They want an argument. They do, Brandon. They don't. I mean, it's just ridiculous. MSN was reporting the handshake might not happen. I know, Dixie. Remember only like a month ago, oh, we're not going to have that summit. And they were laughing at Trump. Oh, well, ha ha. The summit's been canceled. That's not going to happen. And what happens? Not only do we get the summit, but we get a complete denuclearization agreement, an agreement from him that he's going to send back the remains of people. He had important business in Gaza. That's right, Noella. He had to go collect his money. Handshake heard around the world. I know. Some news, other news. I don't know if you were listening to the Florida standoff where the man in Florida had shot the police officer that came there for a domestic violence type call. That man was holding 4 children hostage. 2 children were his own children. 2 children belonged to his girlfriend. And so what happened was basically he killed his own children and he killed his girlfriend's children and then he killed himself. So a very sad ending for what happened in Florida. President Trump's hands are bigger than Kim's, just saying. That's true, Judy. Yes, love Israel, Robin said. Absolutely. So, if you're in this scope, you don't support Israel, then you're in the wrong scope. Feel free to leave. I mean, just the way it is. And if you don't love Trump, get out. And I don't mean you have to love Trump, but this is a scope where we talk about President Trump in a positive light. 7-month-old died in car yesterday here in North Carolina, accidentally left in the heat. Ugh, Brandon. Oh no, how sad. Yep, Teresa, so sad for those kids. Absolutely. And this guy had a criminal record. He had, I think it was like aggravated assault and burglary and stuff like that. This is a scope that tells the truth. Thank you, Junior. Yes, I try to. I wonder if Kim wants a new haircut after this. I know. Maybe you'll have one over to the side like President Trump's. Sooner or later. Don't hold back, Susan. I know. When have you ever known me to hold back, right? Also in Seattle, you remember when they wanted to do a head tax? The truth as in God's word. Absolutely, Brandon. How do you accidentally leave a kid in a hot car? I don't know, Noella. I really don't understand that at all. I mean, like I know where my dogs are and know more about my dogs than a lot of people. Like that example of somebody leaving a child in the car. How do you do that? Do you not go, oh, wow, maybe my child needs to be fed. Where's my child? I don't get it. I really don't. I think you would have to be doing drugs or something. I live in Florida. I never did. I know, Noella. Yep. So remember in Seattle, they were going to do a head tax basically on businesses that they were going to charge $275 per head per employee annually. And they were going to take that money and they were going to use that money to cure homelessness. She said they thought each person was going to get that child. Yeah. It's not like someone snuck your kid in the car. And I could see that if you have a couple, they thought the other person was going to do this or that and the other. Again, even with my own husband, I ask him, if he's doing something with the dogs, I check up on it. Did you see the video of kids getting out of the dog kennels? Yes. Lori, we talked about that yesterday. That was a grandmother, a 62-year-old grandmother who put her kids in the dog kennels in the back of her trunk. She was arrested, charged for child endangerment, I believe. And the kids didn't act like there was anything a big deal about it, and she didn't either. So I don't even know what you say there. I had 5 kids, never left any one of them in the car. I know, Judy. Brandon Pure Evil said, yeah, I get so angry when people leave children or pets in hot cars. They seem to always have an excuse. I know, Robin. I don't get it. But after a few minutes and you don't see the child, how long does that take? Exactly. Sarah said, "What? Why? Why was she leaving the kids in the kennel?" I don't know, Sarah, but she said I was going back there and checking on them, and I would let them out. I don't know if it's. I think Lee, she'd done it so many times, it seemed like commonplace to her. I don't know if the kids asked for that and just said, "Oh, this will be fun." I doubt that very seriously. I think she just thought this will be a good way to. Yeah, it was weird, Sarah. Yeah, it's totally weird that somebody would do that to children. It's crazy weird. And I don't know if the grandmother has an issue at 62. I don't know if she's having mental issues. I don't know. I don't know where the mom is for those kids or the dad. I don't know if they're in the picture or not. It doesn't sound like a good situation at all in any respect. But thank God, the children now are not going to be put in kennels. I don't know if they're in foster care. That would be the only downside. Hopefully there's another family member that can take care of them. Spencer said the left speaks out of how North Korea has gone back on its deals before, but never say anything about how Hillary and Obama went back on the deal we struck with Libya. Well, because it doesn't fit their agenda, Spencer. You know that, right? So that's why. Seems totally normal to you. Yeah, Richie said. Trump is fantastic. He certainly is. Saint Benhis. He really is. He's doing the job that he's supposed to do better than any president has done in the history of time, perhaps. Waiting to see Kim in a real suit with a Trump tie. Wouldn't that be great, Noelle? I kept thinking that. I kept thinking that maybe he was looking at Trump's suit going, wow, what's that made out of? I really like that. Thinking it to himself. That would be great. But anyway, back what I was going to say. In Seattle, the head tax has been repealed. Amazon and Starbucks made such a fuss about it. They're going to go back and try to repeal that now. 2020 should be interesting. 2018 should be interesting, Brandon, too. So we'll have to see what happens with that. It's amazing. Absolutely, Suzanne Monique said. About the foster care kids. Yeah. I do hope a family member gets them. But again, when the kids came out, the one little girl I saw came out of the car, she didn't act like it was any big deal. Probably had it so many times. Yes, Lori, the head tax meant that there was a $275 per head, employee that every employer had, every business had in Seattle. They were going to charge $275 per employee so that they could take that money that they raised and used it to fight homelessness. So here are people who basically on the left, oh gosh, we love everybody and we want to help people. We care about the homeless. And they wanted to make a $275 per person penalty, if you will. And Bezos, who has more money than God, and Amazon said, oh, wait, we don't want that. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Thanks for the flowers. So you can see how much they really care about homeless people in Seattle. I guess, Starbucks is thinking, well, we're inviting them into our store. That's all we want to do. So they're not going to pay them any money. But they're going to try to repeal that tax so that they won't have to pay $275 per person of the employees they have. Have you guys seen the walk away video? Very powerful. What's it about, Noella? My prime and latte are more important. Yep. Liberal people don't do nothing for homeless people. Seattle loves the homeless so much they want to make more. Exactly, Richie. Yeah, election in November there. Yeah. I just hope that people, for example, in California, Robert, start standing up and saying, you know what? We've had absolutely enough. We're tired of you taking our money. We're tired of having a governor like Governor Moonbeam and hopefully not a governor like Newsom. Yeah, Robert, I think everybody's tired of it. I just hope other Californians, with the whole water incident saying, oh, we'll try to do the 55 gallons a month. No, you know what? We need to revolt in California and say absolutely not. You can take your 55 gallons and stick it where the sun don't shine. President Trump and Kim leaving summit going away video. Oh, I like Cox. Yeah, we'll see what John Cox can do. He'd better get it together and pretty fast here. Have a wonderful day. Keep speaking the truth. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you, Brandon. I will be back on Thursday, you guys. God's views on political news coming up in an hour on Facebook. Just go to God's views on political news page. Please be careful today when everyone is out and about. Liberals will be mad all day. You know it, Junior. Libs should have homeless live with them. I know, Robert. Of course they won't do that. They'll just build their walls. So that's the way it goes. In Pennsylvania, I have to pay city tax. Take care, everybody. God bless you guys. We'll see you in an hour, hopefully, at God's Views on Political News page on Facebook. Take care. All right, everybody, thank you so much. On YouTube, we'll see you again on Thursday. God bless.